Hey everybody, it's time for Mental Health Monday. This month's Mental Health Monday is sponsored by Nomad Internet. Check out their services and devices and don't forget to use coupon code CV25. So, just as a reminder, Mental Health Monday is, as always, peer support only. Don't look to me for any kind of medical advice. Other than that, let's support each other and let each other be reminded that we are not alone in this mental health journey. All right, so I don't know if you follow me on social media, Instagram mainly. And if you check out my community section here on Hello Crystal. But if you are, then you'll see that I posted a meme or a picture talking about the bravest thing I've ever done. I also asked about what was the bravest thing you've ever done. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. Being brave in the form of mental health crises, illnesses, diseases, and just breakdowns. So I've been having a lot of stuff going on this past month, a little over a month, and I've had to be brave throughout it all. It's been challenging, and it strikes me as odd that back in late June to mid-July, a big decision was made. And as soon as that happened, it seemed like as July went on and then the middle of August, the shit hit the fan. Anything to deter me from making this or cementing this big decision. And it seems like the universe is working against me, unfortunately. Long story short, there will probably be no camping or van in my future. Not as closely as I thought anyway. It's going to take me significantly more time to do the things that I thought I was going to be able to do after being able to make that big decision or say, this is the goal. Now let's figure out the steps to get there. Now that goal is being pushed further down the goal line. The goal post is still somewhat in sight, off in the distance, but it's gonna take me and my team a little more effort to get the field goal. Listen, I don't do sports. I don't know nothing about sports, and I'm sure all my little sports analogies are falling on ears that are like, what is she talking about? And it's okay. I'm sticking with it. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. Anyway, it's one of those situations where I could have just curled up into a ball and let the depression wash over me. You know, depression is sometimes becomes a friend and a companion and a confidant, because even though it's depression and it feels horrible, it also sometimes feels good because you're giving up and you're letting go and you're not responsible for anything because you're not doing anything, and nothing can go wrong if you're not doing anything, and life just kind of ticks by. And it's, as you see, I have on my hoodie, so we've got cooler weather happening, and I already have seasonal depression, and so it's like I don't need that to come along. I feel like it's starting early because of this huge thing that has happened in the past month or so, and now the season is turning too cool too quickly for me, and I feel like all of these things are just piling one on top of the other, and my body is like, whoa, slow down, and my mind is cluttered with thoughts and feelings and emotions. And do we run and hide now, or do we escape? I'm in fight or flight mode right now, and I'm fighting desperately to figure out which mode to be in or find a happy medium. So it's a lot. It's a lot happening right now. And sometimes I'm laughing to stop myself from crying, honestly. It's a lot, but I have to remind myself that I've been here before. Many, many times. And although not pleasant, I'm still here. I'm still here. Even though in some of those times I didn't want to still be here. Even though in some of those times I wanted to just say, let this be my last day. Even though in some of those times I almost made it my last day. I've been here before. I've unfortunately had this mindset. I've had this cluttered mind. I've had this fight or flight. I've had this too many things going on, too many decisions need to be made. I've had this 5 steps forward, 20 steps back. I've had this, It's the story of my life, unfortunately. I never quite seem to get there. I get so close. And then it's like the rug gets snatched out from under me. So many times, I almost feel like I should stop striving sometimes for certain things because maybe I'm not meant to be there. And that's okay too, if that's the case, because you don't know where your purpose is. You don't know where you're supposed to be. You don't know if you're supposed to be one of these people or these people. I don't know that. I don't know what the will is for my life. I don't know what the plan is for my life. I can only make plans based on how I feel and think. But if they keep getting pushed back and knocked down, then maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm being tested for some reason. Maybe my timing is not right. Maybe I should have zigged instead of zagged. I mean, I don't know. And there's really no real reason for me to know or real way for me to know. You just live and do the best you can with the hand you're dealt, the cards you have, and maybe the deck gets shuffled and you get dealt a better hand at some point. There's a lot of analogies in this Mental Health Monday. There's a lot. But I just want you to know you're not alone. And shit happens. Sometimes it happens more often than not. Sometimes the shit is bigger. It just is. And all you can do is think it over and respond to the shit that's happening the best way that you know how. And that's all I'm doing. I'm responding the best way that I know how based on what I have in my arsenal. I know being upset about it does nothing. Not saying that I'm not upset about the situations, but is that gonna better it? No. You can be upset and still plan. You can be upset and still make moves. You can be upset and still journal and meditate. Meditating is harder when you're upset. I'll admit. I've been struggling with that one. But I don't want to be stagnant in it. I don't want to let it win. I don't want to fall into a deep depression. I've done that multiple times and I don't like it. I like it even worse than I like all of the feelings. And so I'm pushing forward as best as I can. Trying not to let the anxiety overtake me, because one thing I've noticed with me, my anxiety doesn't necessarily always present itself as anxiousness. Sometimes it presents itself as bitchiness. Sometimes it presents itself as hyperactivity. Sometimes it presents itself as I want to be left alone. not necessarily physically left alone. Like I want other people around me, but I necessarily don't want to talk or share, or, you know, let's just watch TV, or let me read a book while you watch TV, or let's be on our phones in the same room, that kind of thing. Also, my anxiety is showing up as lack of appetite, lack of sex drive, and lack of restful sleep. So that's something that I'm also dealing with on top of what's going on. So if you are struggling right now, if you are feeling the cold snap where you live like we are, and you're all of a sudden feeling like your emotions and your anxiety and your mental health is all of a sudden whatever this Mercury retrograde or whatever planet thing we're in at the moment is messing with you, it seems like all these things are happening all together for me. The cold snap that we had, it was like one day 90 degrees and the next day 65. So like, I don't understand. I don't get it. But I wasn't ready. There was no gradual lead in. It was just, okay, summer's done, now we're in fall. And I don't like it. My body doesn't like it. My joints hurt more. I'm having to pull the long sleeves out. I'm not a fan at all. Late spring and all the way through midsummer, that's my jam. Anything other than that, I don't want to be a part of it. But if you're feeling like it's just turmoil. It almost feels like turmoil, just everything. It's like, while you might not be showing all the signs and symptoms on the outside, on the inside, you feel like your brain, your stomach, and your heart are all doing somersaults. And you can't stop them. You can't slow them down. It's almost like everything's having seizures on the inside. I just don't know how to describe it. I mean, if you're going through it, then you understand what I'm saying, but it's really, there's no real way to describe what's going on the internal. You try not to let it show on the external because you still gotta go to work. You know, you still have to, deal with friends, family, loved ones, neighbors, whatever. So it's like, you don't wanna let it show. And so we tend to just say, I'm fine, and keep it moving, even though we are a wreck on the inside. Not saying that's the best way to cope with things, but hopefully you have someone close enough to you, at least someone that you can actually be 100% honest with, truthful with, that's not gonna try and necessarily fix it, definitely not gonna judge you. Just listen. Sometimes that's all we need. Just an ear to hear as we work it out ourselves by saying it out loud. Maybe a hug, a good cry, a glass of wine, a glass of moonshine, a glass of whiskey, a dance session. I don't know. Whatever it is that helps you get back to calm, get back to baseline. So anyway, that's what I'm being brave for right now. Now, I've been brave for many things in the past that I've shared, but right now, the brave thing that I'm doing for my mental health is continuing to move forward in the midst of a big, huge change in life, as if I didn't already have enough. P.S. I think I'm going through menopause as well. So go down into the comments and share with us, what is your bravest thing that you've done for your mental health? And let's support each other in the comments. Thank you for watching another mental health video. Catch us the last Monday of each month for Mental Health Mondays. And if you have a topic you'd like me to share or talk about on a Mental Health Monday, go in the comments and put that down below, or send me an email at hellocrystal01@gmail.com. See you next time.